Hello and welcome back. Oh, some old faces again. And yeah, I know that the last case was not solved. I can go back since I still have a save, I could go back because I do want to see who the murderer is, but oh no, don't go back. But I will continue first and then I can go back anytime, so that's alright, I guess. I just have to take care not to overwrite one of the save files. Alright. So the last case we failed, but this case we'll see. Let's see. I mean, we didn't really fail. We had a strong defense, but they wanted me to fight the real culprit as well. Shame for Björn. Sorry. Okay, we have nothing to go on for now, so we just start with Killian, my bestie. Killian takes a seat at the bar. He looks tired and a little distracted as his eyes glide over the menu behind you, but he flashes you a smile when you call out to him. Evening, Killian. Good evening, bartender. I read about Vincent in the paper. Figured I should probably drop by to offer my support. That's what people do in these situations, isn't it? I'm sure he'll be back on his feet in no time, right as rain. Thank you, Killian. That's sweet of you. I've not had a drink in a while, so I thought about what I was going to order while I was walking here. But now that I have sat down, I've completely forgotten what I decided. A lot on your mind? Yes, I suppose you could say that. Not all bad things, actually mostly good things, but it has been a lot. My mind usually isn't as occupied. Sounds like a cocktail is in order then. I couldn't agree more. I could use a distraction. What can I get you? You know me, something sparkly with light rum. Something lightweight, you mean? Oh, there it is. A nice drink. And then we'll see what he has to say about the case. If he has nothing more to say about himself. Which they usually do. Things have changed a lot since last time I was here. I'm still reeling from it. I've moved out, I found work, I even gone back to school. What? Congratulations. Thank you. I didn't think I'd pull my socks up and give it another go, but I got there in the end. I told you about doing a little photography over the summer. Well, after what you told me, I showed Reese some of my pictures, and they liked them. That's great. They said they were rough, overexposed, and amateurish, and salacious, whatever that means. But they also said I showed potential, and that meant a lot coming from them. They even asked me to take pictures of their work for their portfolio. I doubt the photos were any good, even if Reese was nice about it. If they're going to find work in advertisement, they're going to need a much better photographer than me to be their partner. But it did make me realize something. I want to be that photographer. I want to work with Reese. I want to take pictures of beautiful things and beautiful people. I want to see my pictures in galleries and magazines. So I signed up for photography classes in college. Ooh, good work. My parents weren't so happy about that. They kicked me out. In fact, wow. But I managed to land on my feet for now. I found a roommate, and Reese helped me find a job to keep me afloat. Not bad. Who's your roommate? That's a big step. I won't lie, it's been tough. This is the hardest I've ever had to work in my life. I don't know how people do this. Well, you're doing it right now. Sometimes I wonder if I even have what it takes. But I guess what's done is done. All I can do now is take it one at a time and see where it gets me. I'm proud of you. Oh, I thank you. That means a lot. I know I had a lot of growing up to do when we first met, but you've always made me feel supported. I appreciate it. Anyway, I won't take more of your time tonight. Thanks for the talk, partner. See you around. Wait, you're leaving? What? Let's talk a little bit more. Olivia. Olivia Carmine descends the steps into the nightcap, her long coat trailing behind her. It's been a while since you last saw her. When her eyes met yours, they light up. Evening, Olivia. Darling, how good to see you. I'm sorry to hear about your recent troubles. Despite it all, you look like you're handling everything. You look fabulous. Why, thank you. Things are going well. You've recovered from the events at the Maverick? I am getting there. I don't like to dwell on it, but I can talk about it now without feeling overwhelmed. And I have come to accept that Stavros, though he died somewhat a villain, was not always that way. He let bitterness consume him, but he was once a good man. Any of us can fall to evil, but that also means all of us can find a greater good within ourselves. On that note, I have taken a more active role in a church choir. Old Father Lacey isn't completely tone deaf, but having a singer of my stature willing to help the dusty old elders carry a tune is an absolute luxury for our little church. Can it fit your ego? That's kind of you. Yes, it is. There's many things I can't do, believe it or not, but what I can do is sing. But in a choir as the leader and on the biggest stage in the world. Both in a choir as a leader and on the biggest stage in the world. Are you in another show? Yes. It's early days, of course, pre-production, but I'm very much looking forward to my triumphant return. What's it about? Oh, I forgot the details. Something about a network of women in show businesses who form some sort of sisterhood. It's all very highbrow and modern, but the point is, I have the leading part, and finally my character is written by someone who understands my depth and range as a singer and actor. That's a long way to go, but I'm not in a hurry to return to the limelight. My position as leading lady is not in jeopardy, and meanwhile, I have a few other irons in the fire. Like the radio show? Well, I am passing on my skills and knowledge to some younger actors. Mainly women. I have come to realize men have plenty of opportunities and mentorship in a world of show business. It's young women who are more vulnerable. Anything else? Chamomile and Carmine, of course. Your radio show. Precisely. We are now on the we are one of the highest rated radio show productions. Have you been listening? Certainly. I am glad to hear it. But enough about me and my projects. How are you? And how's Vincent? You distracted me with your sparkling conversation, but I came here for a reason. To pass on my concern for our patron. Tell me, darling, will he pull through? We don't know. I may visit him at the hospital. My public appearance can create a bit of unwanted hubbub, but I have a secret to help me there. Which is? The back door? Disguise, darling! What is a cunning disguise if not just stage costume intended for subterfuge instead of glamour? I don't just think you will be able to pull that off. I've become quite skilled at obfuscating my appearance. I can make myself look like a complete nobody with a simple makeup and a nondescript outfit. Are you sure? Really? Yes, it's quite something. I could teach you how, but I don't imagine dodging the paparazzi is much of an issue in your daily life. Oh wait, I have a better idea. What idea? Instead of making you blend in, I could help you stand out. You've helped me so much. It's the least I could do. Oh, no, thank you. I don't like where this is going. A makeover, darling. Just say yes. I've learned a thing or two about costumes, jewelry, and ostentation over the years. One night soon, let me help you become truly fabulous. Drinks in dazzling fashion. What do you say? Sure, why not? It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Splendid. I'm so glad we are becoming friends, and not just because you will benefit so much. I am also fond of you. How curiously thrilling. Well, I should be going. As I've explained, I am a busy woman, but never too busy to visit my favorite little basement bar. Romance? What? Wait, let's go with that. Wait, there's one more thing. Yes, darling. I can be more than friends. Never mind. Stay fabulous. Olivia blows you a kiss. Her smile is like sunshine, and even after she leaves, you feel the heat of the afterglow. What the? Why would I? No. She's a little bit too much, you know? Okay, Clara is here. Clara hops onto a stool. Hey, bud. Good to see ya. I heard about the old man. I'm sorry. Vincent is a top fella. He's always been kind to me, and I loved his place. I really hope the nightcap can stay open. Me too. Let me know if I can do anything to help, yeah? I keep an eye out for whoever did this to him, and for any cops that might be snooping around too. I hope the cops won't descend on this place with Vincent gone, and not just cause I'd miss the drinks and the company. I'd miss you too. I'd miss you too. Well, I guess as long as this place is still open, we'd better make the most of it. I agree. Alright, you're here to stay. A drink. A drink for you. So you can romance several people, I guess? But now I only know Olivia. I guess Peter is one of them. Killian, maybe? Oh, damn, that's nice. I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but here I am. Alright, what? Oh, isn't she into Maria, though? I don't want to go in between that, you know? Can you explain your martial art? Of course, I'd be happy to. Batitsu has roots and fighting styles of East and West. It's a blended art, combining joint locks, strikes, throws, and holds from Shuai Jiao, Kalari Payatu, wrestling, judo, boxing, kung fu, and savate. It started with sailors in unsanctioned bare-knuckle basement prize fights, but caught on with wealthier gents and became a popular and secretive pastime in gentlemen's clubs and secret societies. Ugh. How did you get into it? Well, I was a keen boxer at first, had some amateur fights and did alright, but the focus on punching seemed a little limiting to me. Most real fights end up with the combatants rolling around in the dirt. I wanted to learn how to win that kind of fight. One day I was delivering dry cleaning to a client. The head housekeeper was making me run extra chores, and I caught a glimpse of all the shirtless fellows with big moustaches kicking and spinning and grappling in the back. The fella at reception pecked my interest, but warned me it's not for girls. But I was fascinated, of course. Instead of going back to the hotel, I hung around the back and peeked in through a gap in the shutters. While I was distracted, an old fella sneaked up behind me, small, quiet, but still kinda imposing. He introduced himself as Sifu, as the Sifu, and he told me he had a secret he wanted to share. What was it? A Batitsu class open to everyone, even those with no money. All the students had to do was show up and follow the rules and give it their all. And from there, I was hooked. Hey, I was thinking, there's a space in the class. It's not that often that Sifu takes on a new student. You know, I'm not great with mushy stuff and feelings and all that, but you've always been a really good friend to me. You're a class act, bud, so if you ever want to take up Batitsu with me, it would be an honor. Cool. That's kind. It's a big deal, you know? I don't need to tell you, you get it. Just think about it, okay? If you ever want to join me, well, I'd love that. Thank you. That's nice. I mean, I would love my martial arts. I want to talk about the case, though. Do you know about the pocket watch? I hope you didn't try to play the hero and fight off the mugger. No fancy trinket is worth getting stabbed like that. What do you want to talk about? Will you move on now? Now your debt is cleared. That's right, the debt is gone. I've barely had time to catch my breath. Everything seemed to be happening so fast, right? The murders, the attack on Vincent, Carla getting iced. Still feel like someone's going to turn up at my door looking for money. But even though I don't know Peter that well, I asked him about it and he said, keep your head down and your mouth shut, short stuff. You're in the clear. He calls you short stuff. Yeah, I don't love it. I'm not even that short. True? Are you? I don't know. So yeah, debt clear, probably. Still need cash, so I'm still working at a hotel for now. But when the next Batitsu International comes to England, I am packing up my things and getting on board. Any longer term plans? I don't know. All this war stuff sounds pretty bad. Maybe just hunker down for a while with my buds and tough it out. Afterwards, if it really does all kick off, maybe I change careers. For now though, the hotel isn't the worst place to be. I've heard there's a new manager joining soon. There's even talk of changing the name again. To what? Well, first it was Grundown Heights, then Hotel Jubilee. Now they're talking about the Grand Bukovi Hotel. Sounds ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not too sure about it. But to be honest, I don't care much about how I earn my crust, as long as I got good buds to spend time with, a place to drink, and a gym to spar in. I'm pretty happy. Makes sense. Here's the one serving me drinks. You're a big part of why I still love the city. Here's to you. Cheers, Clara. Alright, the crime. Sorry, all I know is what I read in the papers. I hope they catch whoever did this soon. I'm heading home. Yeah. Bye-bye. Peter! Bartender. Good evening, Peter. It's been a rough month, huh? Is your family from Albany? Why do I know that? You look a little tired lately. How are things with you nowadays? How are things for you nowadays? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's the pits. Breaking ties is tough. It has consequences. There's a certain IOUs you have to honor? What's that? And even aside from that, I'm not exactly hireable. It's been rough. I hope you're not thinking of giving up. Course not. What, you think I'm a quitter? He winks boyishly. I could never forgive myself if I backslide now. I've faced a lot of worse than destitution. I've been shot, stabbed, beaten up. Hell, the priest at the protectory used to put out cigars on the back of my hand. But I've always made it through. What? Ouch. I get my foot in the door someday. If not, I just have to become a miner or join the army or something. Can't be worse for my health than 25 years of smoking and fighting. Besides, it does help that I managed to fence Carla's fine art collection before I decided to go straight. Oh, nice. Clever, clever. Alright, you need a drink? Of course I need one. Dum dum dum. Do you know anything about the mugging? Step right on his doorstep on a street light and everything. That's nasty work. That's it? What about the watch? Oh sure, let's consult the resident crook about all things criminal. Sure, he is in the know. Well, I mean, why not? Do you really think so little of me? I mean... Yeah, you're right, sorry. Fine. Anyway, I've not seen any of the things you described get fenced or pawned, but that's not saying much. Any thief worth their salt wouldn't go for stuff that's so easy to ID, and if they did, they'd sell out of town. If you're mugging someone, you usually go for cash. You know if his wallet was empty? No, we don't have any information. Afraid I can't help you then. Thanks anyway, we found one clue. You look a little tired lately. Do I know? I guess I've not been sleeping well. I've had a guest over for a couple of months now. I ran into a spot of trouble with the law and needed to lay low for a bit, and I still owed them for saving my hide in the shootout, so I've been sleeping on the couch. Or rather, my dog Rudiger has been begrudgingly agreed to share his couch with me. You have a dog? That's kind of him, of the dog of course. He takes after his dad, alright. Are they moving out soon? No clue. To tell you the truth, this rough spot is lasting longer than I thought it would. But I guess as long as they do chores and walk the dog, I can't complain too much. I don't think the cops are on their tail right now. Just worry being kind to people is going to land me in trouble one of these days, and that includes you. You're calling me a bad influence? I should be off. I've got a guest over, and leaving him alone all night will bite me in the ass. See ya. Everyone is gone. Let's end the day then. Alright, we got another clue. Street sweeper. Peter hasn't seen any of Vincent's personal effects being pawned or fenced, but that's not saying much, as a savvy thief wouldn't take such easily identified items. Yeah. Alright. Let's see next day. Who's here now? Oh, Hugo! Detective Hugo Mertens descends to the steps of the nightcap. You see him pause at the foot of the stairs, where he adjusts his coat and takes a deep breath before walking over. When he takes a seat, you can see he looks frazzled and exhausted, despite his best efforts to hide it. Hugo. Good evening, bartender. Are you alright? Yes, of course, I'm fine, never better. Sorry for my absence. I wanted to come sooner. I imagine you've been worried. Of course. I didn't forget about you in a nightcap. I'm well aware of what happened to Vincent. In fact, I've been very busy leading this case. Weren't you already leading a big case? I was. I am. That's the problem. What's going on? Thankfully for us, I was still in the office wrapping up the paperwork for a subpoena when the call came in. As soon as I heard the address, it set off alarm bells. The nightcap is the last speakeasy in Bukovi. If anyone from the force gets so much as a glimpse inside this basement, it's all over. I convinced dispatch to hold off on summoning the nearest patrol and told them I would examine this crime scene myself. I was able to pull strings with my superiors to claim the case directly. Oh, thank you. You can do that? I had to cash in some favors. I was really hoping to put you to use elsewhere. But yes, it's not exactly standard procedure though, nor is it particularly good form. Vincent is there's a beloved figure in Bukovi, attacked right on his doorstep on the boulevard. As cynical as it is to say, he doesn't survive this, and the case is reclassed as a homicide. Solving it would be a serious feather in the cap of any junior detective. It would make them a hero. I see what you mean. As important as it is to protect you, I'm not making myself popular by putting this case on my own plate. Not that I was very popular to begin with. Well then, nothing changed. The chief of police has made it quite clear that the case will be reassigned to one of my peers if I don't get results. Well, as always. We won't let that happen. You're right, not if we work together. I'm usually the last to complain about caseload, but the delicate nature of my main investigation demands a tremendous amount of time and dedication, so it falls to me again. I want you at my side because I need you, but also because you deserve control over your own destiny. I wouldn't take that away from you. Not now. It's about your future, about your livelihood, about the life of your friend. It's only right for that to be in your hands. So what do you say, partner? Once more onto the breach? Let's do this. I try to be here as often as I can, but I admit the overtime I'm already doing is pushing me to my limits. Elena could help us. Elena? Of course she's trying to get involved. This is a police investigation. Vincent is her friend. Okay. Why do you even try saying no to you? Just hear her out at least. Fine, call her over. Elena! Elena walks over as soon as you wave hello and takes a seat on a stool beside Hugo. I was wondering when you'd call on me. I figured I'd let you two catch up first. You look awful, Hugo. You know sleeping isn't optional, right? How can you work in this state? Why did I let you talk me into this, bartender? Because you're wise enough to avoid letting your pride get in the way of solving a case, detective. Spare me your condescension. You have no idea what I'm dealing with right now. Au contraire, dear. I have a perfectly good idea of what you're dealing with, which is exactly why I want to help. Besides, I admit that case at the Opera House awakened something inside me that had been asleep for a long time. Retirement can wait. I feel my skills are needed once again. Evil has arrived on our doorstep, Hugo. What better time to get back in the saddle? I don't know, 40 years ago, perhaps? Say nothing. Eleanor chuckled, seemingly undeterred by his snide comment. I understand you don't always appreciate my tone, but you know I do respect you and your work, don't you, detective? I am not the enemy, Hugo. I am not competition for the affections of your partner either. I am just a woman who wants justice for an old friend, who doesn't want to see everything he built here fall to ruin, and who believes she can help you to see this through to the end. Please listen to her. As you lock eyes with Hugo, you see his expression soften. Alright. Can't be here every day and stay on top of my workload. You'll have to be the main backup during this investigation, Eleanor. You can do that? It would be my pleasure. Very well then. Partner, you can ask Eleanor whenever you're unsure of something you found. Report your findings to her as well. We can go over your final conclusion together, as I always did. Understood. Good. I stay in the bar a bit longer in case you have questions for me, but I leave you for now. Good night, partner. Hugo rises from the bar stool. He hesitates for a moment. Unexpectedly, he reaches out a hand to Eleanor. Though she looks stunned at first, she reaches out and shakes it with a smile. Good night, detective. So, the detective has agreed to play nice and share. I knew he would listen to you. This is our chance to learn what the police knows. If anything was stolen, Hugo would surely know. I will leave you to catch up. If you learn anything new, you can report to me. Good luck, dear. Alright, Hugo. Anything you can share with me? You've learned a little so far, unfortunately. At first glance, it seems a typical act of pointless violence. Hundreds just like it in Bukovi each month. But something about this feels wrong. It was over in a single strike. No fumbling, no struggle. There was nothing left at the scene. And despite occurring close to a tramway line, there were no witnesses either. The attacker acted swiftly and efficiently, and struck like a viper. Whoever they are, they were lying in wait. This was planned. Not a lot to go on, though. Indeed. It's going to be a frustrating investigation. I just know it. And my day was already going so well. What do you mean? I found a rather interesting piece of fan mail in my letterbox this morning. Look at this. Hugo pulls a brown envelope out of his coat pocket. There's a note inside, handwritten on plain cardstock. The detective clears his throat for dramatic effect and begins to read. Soon you will get what's coming to you, and you'll have deserved every second of it. Get your affairs in order. Wow. Lovely, isn't it? And such good penmanship. Maybe I'll hang it on the fridge. You seem unfazed about receiving a death threat. I'm not popular with the worst kinds of people in the city. It's to be expected. I've heard this kind of thing on duty, usually with more expletives involved. Seeing it written in neat cursive hardly makes it feel more immediate, even if they went to the effort of finding my address. I made a report and moved on with my life. I have enough on my mind. That doesn't seem like the time to be flippant about this sort of thing. Vincent just got stabbed. Sure, but I don't imagine he got a death threat in the mail. Death threat. You're not sure? Well, I haven't actually checked. I don't have access to Vincent's mail, but it seems unlikely to me. Why don't you have access? Wouldn't that be the first thing you'd look? So you're not at all worried? Even if I was, what would change? What would that change? Should I request police protection? I am police protection. Stay vigilant. I keep my doors locked. I am armed. If someone decides to come for me, I stand a better chance than your average civilian. And if they succeed, so be it. I've made a lot of sacrifices to get to where I am. There's not a lot of people that would mourn me. I would. I was afraid you'd say that. Well, thank you. That means something. I wish to discuss the mugging. A mugging. A solid theory, but I don't think it's correct. All of the items you mentioned were accounted for, as was his wallet, which still had an absurd amount of cash in it, might I add. Only one thing was conspicuously absent. What? Vincent's ring of keys, including those for his home, the bar, and the shop. Uh-oh. Someone stole his keys. I sent a junior officer to his home to check for any signs of theft. Thankfully, his residence was undisturbed. Checked the library on myself before coming here. I didn't want to risk the safety of the nightcap by letting someone else snoop around the unsupervised. Was anything stolen? I don't know yet. I was going to ask Ilya to check the register, but perhaps you could do it. I'd rather not frighten her, and you have a more delicate touch. I'm on it. Alright, nothing stolen. Except for keys. Okay. Crime? We've learned little so far, unfortunately. First glance, it seems a typical act of pointless violence. Hundreds just like it in Bukovi each month. But something about this feels wrong. It was over in a single stride. No fumbling, no struggle. There was nothing left at the scene. Despite occurring close to a tramway, yeah, you said it already. Street sweeper? Are you trying to justify keeping Wagner around, Bartner? Because it's not really working on me? It was good information. Goodness, you're like a child begging to keep a stray puppy. Yes! My bar, my rules. Oh, you need a drink? A drink, detective? Please. Really? Wait. What do you like? Yeah, something with coffee, I remember. But what exactly? Was it a cold one? No, it was a wake-up call, right? I think. From the first case? I'm not sure. Should be good enough. Excellent, yes. Would you say we've made a good team so far? What's this about? You're not feeling insecure, are you? I'd just like to know how I'm holding up in your estimation. See, I suppose we have gone through a lot together. Well, I mean, we missed one case. The Dragos case was a tremendous start. You won justice for Alina and probably saved the lives of goodness knows how many others. Wendy Brooker's reign of terror was stopped in its tracks. The case at the Maverick, you really humbled me there. I was lost in the weeds until you swooped in. I've not forgotten. The Lombardo case was a bit of a disaster, I admit. The more time passes, the more I realize we failed, Björn. There must be something we both missed. Do I have to go back? We clearly had our ups and downs, but I accomplished more with you than I would have alone. I'm glad I gave this place a chance. As a team, we show potential, and we can only get better. If you're not yet sick of me, that is. Not yet. What are your plans for the future? Honestly, I've been thinking about returning to Belgium. Bukovia has never really felt like a home to me, more like a place I'm surviving. I thought I could make a difference here, but I've only become more jaded. I don't know if leaving is the solution, though. Maybe this job's just making me cynical. I've come to realize how many of my peers turn a blind eye to what really goes on in the city, usually for a fat payoff. I don't know if I'm fixing anything railing against the system like that. Can it even be fixed? Maybe I should just walk away, refuse to contribute further. You should stay. Perhaps you're right. Thank you, partner. Seems I have a lot of thinking to do. Well, sit down first. We have to talk to Ilya. Evening. Evening, Ilya. How's things? Tell me something to keep my mind occupied. Well, how about a drink? Your favorite is gone. Wait, what do you like? Something sweet and light, right? Sorry about not remembering before. I was so frazzled. I really enjoyed a poison drop, I believe it's called. Oh? A direct name call. There you go. Okay, first things first. Ethy. That's bad news. The culprit must have realized the cash register at Libraria was a bigger price than the contents of Vincent's wallet. Was any money stolen from the shop? No, but that's not saying much. The crime must have drawn too much attention for them to grab the cash. After that point, I was there during the day and you during the night. They might still be biding their time. I should go empty the register later. Sadly, I don't think I can have the locks changed without proof of ownership. Good idea. Except for maybe that's the goal, to empty the register. You've been managing the shop. Yes, I'm happy to do it, really. I couldn't focus on my work at Silas Tech right now, even if I wanted to. My mind is too preoccupied for the level of care and attention my work requires. I would only make a mistake and let myself down, and the clients, I suppose. Have you been enjoying it? Surprisingly, yes. I'm no saleswoman, nor am I as socially adept as Vincent is, but I've enjoyed getting to share my knowledge and recommendations with readers of all ages and backgrounds. I also like to stay after closing and thumb through the old journals and photo albums Vincent keeps in the bag. He must have hundreds, many collections from auctions, sales and antique shops across Bukovi. One man's effort to preserve the Tsada of his youth in whatever way he can. It's a treasure trove, that's the only way I can describe it. And until Vincent returns, I be its guardian. He'll appreciate it. Well, is there anything else? Crime? I'm afraid those were all the facts I have for you at the time. I hope they lead you somewhere. Do you have any plans for the future? Seems like in times like these, it seems unwise to make plans. Who knows what the world will look like this time next year? What would you like to do? Well, I still haven't seen much of the world as I'd like. Not enough to know where I want to settle. Vincent told me he would take me out traveling. Didn't really sound like a question. He said there's a lot he wants to show me. Oh, that's nice of him. If you ask me, I think there's a lot he's always wanted to see but never had a chance to. Not before his wife became ill at least, and certainly not after. He's done a good job convincing himself he's too old for it now, so I'm more than happy to be his excuse to finally get out the door. It will be good for him. And for you, hopefully. And after that, who knows? Perhaps I'll return to Bukovi. Perhaps a nice small town will catch my eye. Perhaps I'll buy a cottage with a personal library and 10 cats. Who's to say? 10 cats and sounds good. World is yours to oyster. I'm going home. It's late. I'm tired. That was abrupt, but yeah. Feng Bai! You're here again! Feng Bai has a seat at the bar. She looks worried, but greets you with a smile. Good evening, Miss Bai. Good evening. Are you holding up okay? It's alright, just worried about Vincent. Me too, dear. I brought him a fresh flowers this morning. The bedside table was overflowing with cards. Not to imagine anyone could hurt a man so beloved. It's awful seeing him like that. He's normally so animated. And he'd finally gotten back to his usually jolly self after that spot of trouble in spring. Can I cheer you up with a drink, perhaps? Oh yes, a fine suggestion. What are you in the mood for? I take something simple and light, perhaps with a hint of orange? Sure. It's easy, Orange Daisy. As always. Oh wait, what did she say? I assume you're hard at work sorting out this mess. Yes, of course. I wish you the best of luck. Not that I doubt you. You're clever. I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of this. I'll have to, or the nightcap days are numbered. Oh dear, I'm sorry I can't really offer any assistance. I don't know anything. nor can I be around much to offer moral support these days. It's getting very busy at the tea terrace. Busier than before Prohibition even. But none of that matters to me. I'm so happy that Maria has returned to the tea house. She's like a ray of sunshine peeking through the clouds, even when the days are getting darker. She liked the new color of the walls, but I have a sneaking suspicion I have you to thank for giving her that last push to come visit. Perhaps. I know it wasn't easy for her after what happened, but it brings a smile to my face to see her there, especially when I see her chatting away or playing chess with her new friends. Such a resilient girl. I've noticed a lot of new faces lately too, including, to my delight, Father Lacey's. Father Lacey at the tea house. Oh yes, speaking to people and everything. Or, well, mostly being spoken to, but still. Now that the weekly choir rehearsals happen in the back room of the terrace, quite a few members of the congregation have started gathering there to socialize during the week. I convinced him it was a good opportunity to connect with his flock. I'm sure it does him good to get out of the dark old rectory more often, but to be entirely honest, I also believe it might do my guests at the terrace some good to feel the presence of faith. Goodness knows we can all use a bit of that these days. You know you're always welcome here too, no matter what happens. I know what it would mean for you if this place was discovered, especially without Vincent here to shield you. But I also know you won't go down without a fight, isn't that right? Yeah, I'm not quitting. I knew it. I admire your spirit. That reminds me of myself when I was younger, standing up for your community, even if it means throwing caution to the wind, not to mention the law. Just remember, we're here for you, dear, the way you were here for us when we needed a listening ear and stiff drink. I must get going, but I pray for you in the nightcap and for Vincent. Oh, you're going. May the goddess watch over us all. Good night, Fang. Well, no one wants to talk. Peter? Partner? Good evening. Is your name from Alman? Is your family from Almany? Why did I say name? Huh? What? Your last name? It's Almanian, right? It is? Oh, Almanian. Haha, I guess. Germany. So you are from Germany? Oh, ha! I've never thought about it. I guess it is, huh? Ah, my family isn't from there. I don't think. Then where did the name come from? Damn squirt. If I keep answering questions like this, I'm going to lose all of my mystery. I've gotta keep some secrets to say interesting. Ah, come on, please. Fine. Truth be told, I was never given a surname, so I just picked one. Named myself after some bloke I was really into as a teenager. Happy now. Oh. Okay. James Wagner the poet? Wulfric Wagner the gentleman spy from the books? The wrestler. Wrestler, poet, gentleman spy. Why do I get the feeling that it's the gentleman spy? Or the poet? I am not sure about the wrestler. It sounds too much like... It's too obvious. Like fighting and stuff, no? Right? James Wagner? Wulfric Wagner? I'm going with Wulfric Wagner. And that's a good no one. I've got to write that down. Anyway, enough questions now. I know I'm not gonna tell you how I got the scar. Damn. Oh, right. We're already friends. Okay. So I'll give you your drink. Oh. And then... Don't really have that much case questions. There's not much happening right now. Well, there are not that many guests. Do you know who wants Hugo gone? You're not getting riled over a bit of fan mail, are you? Look at it, it's cursive. I'm sure whoever penned this is all bark, no bite. I hope so. Cursive. Why is everyone going on about it being cursive? There could be a criminal good at writing, you know? Stealing keys. It's unusual, but not unheard of. You better tell that waif running a shop to start emptying the cash drawer. And she should change the locks too. I don't think she can without proof of ownership. Right, I do know a lad that's a locksmith. Oh well, he's a jewel thief actually, but same difference. He might be in the clink, though. Thanks anyway. Okay, we got that from him. Alright. That's it. Elena? Oh! A drink. Wait, you don't want to... Okay. You don't want a drink, alright. Vincent is a wealthy man. The culprit must have realized there were more valuables to steal from his home. Unless it wasn't his home they were interested in. Stay vigilant, Bartner. Report anything suspicious that happens here to Hugo or I. Understood. Did you know about the letter? How can he be so cavalier about these things I never understand? Did you ever receive letters like this? Only once or twice, mostly from freshly divorced adulterers whose downfall I helped set into motion. Bakovi was very different during my time on the force, and people's opinion of me shifted when I went private. I was no longer a part of the machine, but an independent to call on in times of need. Most nasty letters I got were your usual fare, people telling me a woman has no business being a detective. That's awful. Oh, I've got thick skin, dear, and many years of successful proving them wrong has steeled my ego. In any case, I would not take this sort of threat lightly if I were Hugo. I wonder if he was the only one to receive it. The girl Ilya might know. I'm always glad to come here. Too much. Oh, so she knows. Okay. Ilya might know, alright. Okay, that's it. I think that's it for this day. Except for, if there's anything, Peter Wagner. As no birth certificate is registered in the archives, Wagner's earliest record on file is an admittance to the Summer Protection for Destitute Youth in 1898. A former associate of Henry King, Wagner's criminal record includes charges ranging from trespassing, petty theft, and disorderly conduct to assault and battery, unlawful possession of firearm, racketeering, and extortion. In total, he has spent 7 years in prison. Oh god, 7 years. But I mean, of course there's no record if it's a false name. I guess that's it for today. Is there anything we can combine? Ilya hasn't really... She told us about it, but there's no clue for it. Would there be a connection between Hugo's letter and... One. What? Okay. Weird. Alright. I guess we can't do anything. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!